revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. May these sounds serve to summon our civil selves closer to this fading fire. Somebody said the Messiah is whom our synergies awaken when our subconsciouses are in sync. So we think much like those who graduated to the soil with obituaries, the only tangible accounts of their terminated lives in the system. The system swung lies to hide from our eyes the truth and grandeur it is and was to be black. So let us thread back to our shredded roots and immerse our youth to the rhythm that lost its rhyme along the way. For our amnesia of history will convert our cultures into phenomena the oppressed exposed to make profits from. May we remember that there are generations of brown, blended boys who await our contribution. May we remember that there are conversations to be had with our golden girls to galvanize them into godly women. May we teach them that their skin is an extended metaphor of the fertile soil that they walk on. That men like them continue to sweat and toil only to have the spoils dispossessed of the dignity of our people during slavery. We are not free. So we were never free.
Bantabethu, thina ke sesigugile. Kodwa sibonga ongabonwayo ngokuba sinzalile. Bantabethu ebesikuzele kulomhlaba thina sekuphelile. Amathamba akasavumi mase kunjena akasisakhulumi ngicela niqhubeke nina ngoba thina sesithulile. Bantabethu lokho kwenzekalayo thina kusasithuse amazolo. Nayizolo baba benababuyanga bafele wona lo mholo. Bafe begcwele izinhlamvu emzimbeni wabo esowetho kwagoba iqolo. Thina sizalele kuyo le mizi yodaka futhi siyofela kuyo le mjondolo akasavumi namadolo lo mholo bese kuyiwona wodondolo. Angeke sisakhuluma sesizothula nini senizokhuluma siyanithuma nawe uvaleka amehlo umntanami sukuma siyakuthuma isuku idla udaka nje isuku idlala uhambo ukuzala ukuzelula amathambo umqube emqubeni inhlabathi enhlabathini asisaphile ezweni izingane zethu sesiphile egazini alisasithusi kwayilona legazi sekufana nokubhukuda emanzini angcolile edamini okomhlaba kuyosala sonke siyolala ubuthongo ubuphakade kakade siyochaza mhla sifika kumvela inqangi ngezenzo zethu zakuthangi komagade bantabethu thina sesigugile kodwa sibonga ongabonwayo ngokuba sinizalile bantabethu ebesikuzwele kulomhlaba thina sekuphelile amathamba akasavumi mase kunjena akasisakhulumi ngicela niqhubeke ninegugu lethu ngoba thina sesithulile bantabethu thina sesineminyaka sahlalele ethembeni indlu ayikho kodwa sisawugcinile upende inyama sidlanga kodwa sibheca ngabo ubende bantabethu ngicela niqinise esikoleni ngoba thina selisilahlile iParliament thina siyakwazi ukulala eminyango kosimende sibabola inabade wena wabona amakhasimende nani mhlanje ufika kwelenyoni uzungandaka umbuso athi hluphekile kuncenga ushintsha ubuso ngoba ithongo liyokususa kuleso sihlalo yobubuso imali asinayo kodwa bantabethu kulaleleni lokho esikukhulumayo ngoba kunemvula enkulu ezayo lemvula mhla ifika iAfrika iyovela amahlazayo nabacindezeli bayo inini eniyofakaza kwizukulane ezayo bazitakethe kumnyama ezweni inyembezi zethu ifihliwe komabona kude nasemsakazweni odadewenu badle ngulo abafeni bayaboshwa minyaka yonke sifele bumnyameni emahlazweni siyohlezi sibona imangaliso ngoba lelizwe lijelanga ngomangaliso no Steve Biko ovukani madoda sekukudala nacambalala vukani isimbe ezindala yakhala amagxegukazi anizana esabavotela abasilahlile kushuthi besikuzele lo mhlaba sekuphelile amaguqa lo mhlaba ayosala emathuneni selifile lihle kakhulu laze lafa kabuhlungu lafa ligcwele inkungu yabelungu matshitshi namabhungu thina sesigugile kodwa sibonga ongabonwayo ngokuba sinzalile ebesikuzele Stellenbosch thina sekuphelile amathamba akasavumeke mase kunjena akasisakhulumi ngicela niqhubeke nina ngoba thina sesithulile
for the child who sleeps with a lullaby of piercing rains under the breach that she was born in.
Yes.
This morning, mothers gave birth to half-dead babies whose cold corpses will not live to bear the fortunes that you and I are experiencing today.
Yes.
To live, to breathe, to grow. Tomorrow will be told that today was the time when our pens were supposed to depart from their pages and our bodies organize themselves into action. Those not yet born will remember us as the little generation. They will speak of us as those whose fingers, like fossils, had too many gadgets than they did novels. They will argue that their ancestors left them a generation of technological phenomena instead of wisdom. Is this how we want to be remembered? Is this how we want to be remembered? Because where I come from, children no longer bask in the sun or at the passage of the drums. Instead, where I come from, their black bodies swiftly descend to the depths of this earth that consumes and never ends to drench their bloodstains and cascades of red sea. They bled much like the generation that came before them. Where I come from, people do not know where they are from. Mothers play fathers to their sons. Their sons are fathers to their own little ones. A little one raised in a home that lacks no love. Dear Father up in heaven, please deconstruct the irresponsibility in our minds. Where I come from, we are children of the working class. Where I come from, we are burden bearers of our soul and past. Where I come from, we are burden bearers of our soul and past. Where I come from, see our paths are advanced with broken glasses and tear gas cans from the aftermath of yesterday. Where I come from, our wrath is birthed from the cracks on the backs of abused black mothers and tenacious fathers who were branded as slaves. Fathers were confined in chains. Where I come from, there are revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. Where I come from, there are revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. Where I come from, there are revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. Where I come from, there are revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. Where I come from, there are revolutions waiting to happen inside our hearts. May we fear not to confront our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. May we fear not to answer our callings by choosing to answering the system's ones. May we fear not to confront our callings by answering the system's ones.
Uvele wabanika izandla zombili wakhala wathi ngibopheni. Bambuza ukuthi uboshelwani, wathi ngibopheni. Qedelelana okwaqala uhulumeni wenu kwasekuqaleni. Kudala ngaba isiboshwa, akushuthi nani niyathanda ngibopheni. Masingabe sajahana bobaba bami, salaniseni ngibopha. Sengigijime kakhulu kanti nasemzimbeni sengiyopha. Bengithi ngizama ukuba yiso elibukela abantu abenu, nakho-ke nasenikhetha ukungivimbela ningixopha, salaniseni ngibopha. Qedelelana okwenziwa umbopha ngibopheni. Nazi izandla kudala ngisebenza ngokuzikhandla lokhu kukhulunywa ngenkandla sekuze kwaphela kwawona amandla. Noma akanawo ukungiqhubeza ngibopheni ngiyaninxusa bandla. Uthi ngiyekeleni boza kwethu bangibophele emhlabeni wethu. Sesikhathele ukudayisela ubisi enkomeni yethu. Silufuna mahala ngibopheni lamagwala esho ekhala. Kunomsindo ngemuva usho iziqubulo zomzabalazo ngiyaculwa. Ukhala indlovu enyameni uqhutshekwa nokulwa. Sebelimela base-Azana kodwa bathi thina sikakazi ukulwa. Bashodiwa phambili bethi Azana yizwe lethu kuculwa. Sukela kusempondo zamnika abanye abakalali. Selize liyashona elikamdali lokhu liqhubekile iculo asinamali. Usho ngezwe lishilo omunye esixukwini abasebenzi abazali kwalezi azivivinyo futhi thina sisibhali ngibopheni. bazama ukumvimba unenkani uthi bayekeleni bangibophe ngifuna ukunibuka ezinhlambini zamehlo ningibopha nani balalami elimnyama ngifuna ukunigqolozela ningithuka ningigolozele kubeni ngizama ngifuna ukubona ubaba omhlophe ngisho izinkophe engibiza ngemfene ngoba ngimnyama maqede angibophe ngilwela imfundo yabamnyama sibophe izizwe lezi ndodla zikahulumeni nani nisibele ngozankosi naluke uthu oluyizandla zami minani thathani zinyosi kodwa ngelinye ilanga iyozi isikelele Afrika inkosi
Hey.
There will come a time. There will come a time when history pages will burn and the ashes will build bridges for you to write your own. Says there will come a time.
Yes,
There will come a time when children will choose to challenge their given homes and conclude that true wisdom is actually found here at home. Says there will come a time. There will come a time when a beggar's brown, battered palms will bear books instead of society's half-hearted given coins. Society, there will come a time. There will come a time when forgotten fathers will furnish their floors and open closed doors to descend, to rise on their own. So when this time comes, beer halls will bring back from the darkness the hearts and minds of consumed family men, yes. Pens will press on pages without ink so that even the blind can feel the messages embedded within. So when this time comes, churches will refuse the people's offerings as prophets and appreciate their presence instead. When this time comes, race will be a race long won where all colors and creeds cross the finish line simultaneously. So their podium will boast of an equal platform, a symbol that we're all united, that we are all one. So when this time comes, time will stand almost as to understand that our heartbeats are more valuable than the rotating ticks made by the second hand. See, people will marvel at the ever-present moon and they will shun at the sun from the setting from their sights too soon, and they will argue that all that glitters probably is not gold. See, there are stories desperately begging to be told. There is a boy my age whose body is rotting from the vigorous cold and crave of crystal meth at night. There is a grandmother old enough to be yours who's fighting a losing battle with a young man using falsely unbuckle his belt and take advantage of her fragility. The same belt that she once used to discipline him. There is a girl young enough to be her granddaughter whose war tie is just broken, giving birth to a street soldier. The absence of presence, a nightmare to the troubled teen. The street lights and bloody pavements, the last thing she'd ever seen. See, these stories are begging to be told by those who carry lost souls to the tip of their pens. Stories of our 6 feet bound, beloved South Africa, bruising broken hearts better than those who can mend. Stories untold to those who behold that black is not the absence of color, but the presence of a pigment of skin that resembles power. Black is not the absence of color, but the presence of a pigment of skin that resembles power. Black is not the absence of color, but the presence of a pigment of skin that resembles power. Black is not the absence of color, but the presence of a pigment of skin that resembles power. Black is not the absence of color, but the presence of a pigment of skin that resembles power. Black